Welcome back to Coping with Cancer with Comedy. I'm A. Jonathan Strauss, the terminal comedian, and this is the story of my head and neck surgery that messed up my face. Gotta throw the fair use out there because I use a lot of internet images. Also, as I state in all my other videos, these are my experiences of my living with terminal cancer, stage 4D, head and neck cancer, and some people may find that offensive. So, if you're going to be triggered by this video, you may want to turn it off right now. Otherwise, here we go. So I had my surgery done last May, and they told me it was going to be a while. They said something like 6 to 9 hours, and I was like, man, that's a long time. Well, then it turns out, somewhere around the 8th hour, my airway collapsed. I ended up in a coma for about 36 hours. Well, my wife's always like, it wasn't a coma, your airways just collapsed. It was medically induced, so it wasn't really a coma. And I was like, seriously? I was still out for 36 hours, medically induced or not. It was a coma. And she's like, no, it wasn't a coma. Even the doctors said it wasn't a coma. And I was like, it was a coma. I'm telling you, I was in a coma. So she was finally like, fine. It was a coma, if you insist. So now that we got that out of the way, I wake up in intensive care and I'm surrounded by all these like doctors and nurses and stuff, and all the tubes are out and everything. So I'm thinking, okay, so I'm awake. This is good, right? But then I see my brother-in-law, Bruce, and he's standing there and he's drinking like what looks like the biggest bottle of Snapple that I ever saw. Yeah, no, it was definitely bigger than that bottle of Snapple. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was bigger than that bottle of Snapple too, because I was pretty thirsty. That's the one. That's the bottle of Snapple that Bruce had. And they're like, no, you can't have anything to drink. And I'm all like, seriously? I'm really, really thirsty. And they're all like, no, you can't have anything to drink. But I was like, but I was in a coma. You should really give me something to drink. And of course my wife chimed in. You weren't in a coma. But that quick, I forgot about the argument because I realized I really had to go to the bathroom. I'm like, I gotta pee. I can't get out of this bed, but I have to pee. And the doctors are like, oh, it's okay. You got a catheter in. Just go ahead and pee. And I'm like, a catheter? You mean just pee right here? Yeah, I don't know if I like that idea very much, but I had to do what I had to do. Luckily, that didn't stay in very long. Thank God. So my brother-in-law Bruce and my sister Andrea, they take their giant bottle of iced tea and they leave so that I can get better and start recovering. So now I'm finally allowed to have a drink, and I had no idea how much the iced tea would actually burn my throat. So basically, all I could drink for about 3 weeks was water. All I could eat was pudding for about a month because I couldn't swallow anything else. Although I did work my way up to scrambled eggs eventually, but I really would have liked some French toast and sausage. Believe it or not, French toast and sausage at the hospital, not bad. I've had it in about 4 different hospitals over my time being sick, and that's probably my favorite food at the hospitals. So after a long recovery time in the hospital, I think it was 11 days I recovered in the hospital, or maybe it was 9 days, or it might have been 11 days. I'm not sure. Maybe it was 9 days. Honestly, I don't know. Alright, I'm sorry. I guess I should just get to the point. Okay, so after an undisclosed amount of days, I was finally able to go home. And the person or thing that missed me the most was my dog Blaze. He was so happy to see me. And then he protected me and protected me. He's so cute. Look at that good boy. I had to recover in my living room because I wasn't allowed to do steps yet. And at one point, Blaze sat by my side for 2 days straight. He would not let me out of his sight. When he finally fell asleep after 2 days, I had to take this picture. And of course, I told a story all about him on Facebook. He's such a good boy. So now it's recovery time. And I have to learn how to walk again because I was in a coma, regardless of what my wife says. They had to send a nurse to my house 4 days a week to basically reteach me how to walk. So the one day I'm looking out the window and I see this really hot girl walking towards my house, and I'm like, oh, please, please, let this be my nurse. Let this be my nurse. Let this be my nurse. But she walked right past. And then about 2 minutes later, this guy shows up. I don't remember his name, but my wife remembers his name. She remembers his height, his eye color, his address, his social security number, his credit card numbers. Anyway, he brought me this really cool walker to learn how to walk again. Wait a minute, that's not the walker he brought me. Yeah, he brought me this walker. But he would take me out and we would walk for 20 minutes, 30 minutes at a time. And we did that for about 2 weeks until finally I was able to start using a cane. And I thought I was doing pretty good with it. As a matter of fact, one day I figured I'm just gonna walk more than I'm supposed to walk. I figured I got the hang of this. I'm a grown man. I've been walking since I was, probably 10 years old. I learned how to walk. And of course, 3 steps without a spotter, and I fell. But guess what? My dog Blaze, this cute little guy right here, who happens to weigh about 130 pounds, saw me about to fall, jumped up from where he was, ran in front of me, let me fall onto his back, and he carried me to my couch. This dog is an absolute hero. And of course, that story went on Facebook too. Hot hunky nurse never caught me, although he really was an awesome nurse. And I have nothing bad to say about any nurse ever on the planet. I will say one thing, I am kind of lucky though. At least my male nurse didn't look like this guy. And this is me now. I'm almost as good looking as that nurse and that Daryl guy from The Walking Dead. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel so you can help us get our message out there. We're trying to make a difference, one smile at a time. Also, please like our videos and find us on Facebook at A. Jonathan Strauss, the Terminal Comedian. And follow us, friend us, like us on Facebook. We appreciate it. And as always, I am A. Jonathan Strauss, and I approve this message. Thank you, and God bless.